Good evening and welcome to Hicks Field on the campus of Pembroke Hill High School in Kansas City. Tonight's Hy-Vee High School game of the week. We've got boys lacrosse in a city rivalry game as Rockhurst takes on Pembroke Hill. Kevin Wyke, Andrew Elmer, our entire Spectrum Sports broadcasting crew here on Ward Parkway for this city rivalry game. Two teams going in different directions. Rockhurst red hot 10-0. Pembroke Hill struggled out of the start. They're only 4-3 and 1-2 in their last three. But Andrew, every time Pembroke Hill sees that blue come in here, they seem to turn it up to another level.
Oh, absolutely, Kevin. Beautiful night. This is a top rivalry in the city. Just can't wait to watch the talent go at it tonight. We got a number of college players out here, future college players, I should say. Two great coaches. Just can't wait to take it in.
Time now for the Hy-Vee player profile, and this guy may be the best player in the entire city, Luke McNamara of Rockhurst.
He may be one of the best players in city history, Kevin.
That's strong take there, as he has the team's point leader at 67. How about Evan Wyatt on the other side for the Raiders?
Yeah, absolutely. So Evan is another future college player. Powerful shot, incredibly quick first step. Both he and Luke are two guys that we're going to target in on tonight and just enjoy. I mean, this is some of the top athletic talent in the city here. Can't wait to watch him go after it.
He's headed to Washington and Lee in Virginia is Evan Wyatt. Rockhurst, Pembroke Hill, you don't have to say much. It's a huge lacrosse rivalry game. And our first face-off coming up next here on Spectrum Sports. The Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week brought to you by Hy-Vee, proud to support Kansas City area high school athletics. Well, if you haven't been to Pembroke Hill in the last couple of years, they have spent $55 million in renovations to their school. And you're looking at the Bellis Athletic Center. They put new field turf down, resurfaced the track. They've got new locker rooms. And we've got a sports architect sitting next to us in this Build Together campaign looking pretty good here on Ward Parkway.
Oh, absolutely. First face-off here, won by Pembroke. This facility matches up with many of the Division I facilities that I work on, Kevin. So I'm thrilled to sit here tonight and take it in.
Well, we saw two one-goal games last year between these two schools, both won by Rockhurst. Rockhurst, by the way, back-to-back LAKC champions, as last year they went 13-2. They won 14-13 in a shootout game at Rockhurst against Pembroke Hill. And then in the LAKC semifinals, they beat them 10-9. So Rockhurst has had the number of Pembroke Hill. Pembroke Hill last year 13-5. As we mentioned, they lost in the semifinals of the LAKC.
Yeah, there's some bad blood here between these two teams. And I guarantee you that all these guys that we see out on the field here, they've been thinking about this one for a while.
Wade Bowles, one of their captains, the senior, wearing the vaunted number 22. We've seen Shea Riddell, Ford Johnson, players that have worn number 22. Nice dodge move and shot over the top bar there, as that was Phillip Park, who's having a very good year. He is the leading goal scorer with 13 on the year, but this one just a little bit, inches high here.
Yeah, nice little shimmy and shake there by Bell, and he just barely missed it. But I like to see Pembroke here establishing possession. They won the first face-off. Face-offs are so critical in the sport, Kevin, because you can control possession, and especially in the high school game where there's not a shot clock, they can work the ball around and really manage that time of clock throughout the game. Let's see if we got a shot.
Bowles goes low and scores. Wade Bowles, 8th goal of the year. And the home team, the Raiders, strike first.
And we are off and bowling. I love it. So we got a nice little dodge here. Crossfield pass. Bowles kind of sidearms it and finds that low away corner. It's just a great spot that we teach the youngsters to shoot at. It's hard for the goalie to get down there. The shot was so quick we couldn't even track it on camera.
Looked like Evan Wyatt may have got the assist there. Bowles, 8th goal of the year, 8 assists. Talked to him before the game. He's looking to play some college lacrosse as Rockhurst wins the faceoff. As they will run it into their offensive end. And look for Luke McNamara. There he is. He got his first touch there as he works on the wing side.
Yeah, I think it was big that Pembroke got on the board first here. I mean, this is a rivalry game that goes back and forth. It's competitive every year. I know as of recently, it's not been evenly matched in a couple contests, but you like to see him get on the board first, especially at home. Uh-oh.
It opens up, and a bouncer in there for Jack Bickelmeyer, the junior, who's headed to Ohio State.
I love it. Go Bucks. So Bickelmeyer, I mean, this is a dream for an offensive player. There's a slide that's missed here, or some miscommunication, and the center of the field opens wide up. So just a quick little sweep by Bickelmeyer here you see, bounce shot. Gotta love the bouncer, right? So that's just too easy. Pembroke's got to get it together and start communicating.
The goalie's in the spotlight as you take a look at Bickelmeyer, the junior. Also plays football as a quarterback, but Matt Kaler is the goalkeeper for Rockhurst as Rockhurst winning their second faceoff.
Getting hounded.
Yeah.
Love it.
This is the young freshman that they've been raving about, Gentry Curtis. And it'll be a turnover, and Rockhurst will give it right back. But they have two good face-off men in Kemp and Curtis. But getting back to the keepers, Brady Simon and Matt Kaler are going to be under fire tonight, as these teams are both good offensively.
Yeah, that's a big factor there to just turn the ball over after a face-off win. I mean, Rock they equalized it with a nice shot by Bickelmeyer, but little turnovers like that, they add up over the course of the game. Pembroke's doing a nice job here settling in. They're spread out well in the offensive side of the field, passing the ball efficiently. We'll see if we can get a little, maybe
Here's Wyatt with a shot, just wide.
Yeah, I didn't know if Wyatt was going to dump it there to his teammate on the crease, but he chose to take a nice shot. Backed up, thankfully.
McCliney right there.
One thing for folks that aren't familiar with this is, unlike basketball, right, where if you take a shot and it goes out of bounds, it's a turnover. But in lacrosse, if there's a shot, the team that's closest to the ball where and when it goes out of bounds earns that possession. So that's a key hustle play.
Speaking of turnovers, Pembroke Hill has just turned it over, and here comes Rockhurst into the offensive end.
Okay, clear, nice across field pass. Looks like we got a flag coming in though. I don't know if I saw it fly over there in the substitution box.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, it's off the actual field there, and introduce us to our officials here tonight. Dave Melvin, Grant Van Horn, and Kent Peterson.
Here's Bickelmeyer, wide open. Okay, good stick, good stick.
After the ball is turned over by Rockhurst, the penalty coming up on Pembroke Hill, as you see jogging to the penalty box, will be Addison Kemper, number 6.
Yeah, I think this was an offsides penalty, and in that situation, they do what's called a play on. So because Rockhurst had the ball and the possession, they were able to continue playing. It looks like Pembroke actually had an extra man down there on defense. So now I believe we'll have a 30-second man up.
Yep. Man up advantage. Here's Narciso.
Step in, son, and shoot. Here we go.
Let's see if they can work it around. This is a very good passing team, and there's Bickelmeyer, top shelf, as he drills it in there for his second goal of the night.
Yeah, the future Buck is he's trying to eat early and often in this game. Okay, let's take a look at this. Great ball movement all the way around the horn. Gets to Bickelmeyer, sidearm, and he frankly just shot it right off the goalie's head. I mean, he's looking into the sun, tough angle, really close shot there coming in at that speed and velocity. That goalie had no chance. So let's hope that Pembroke can get out on hands and get a Bickelmeyer challenged here, because he's eating.
25 goals on the year, and another face-off win for Rockhurst, as that is Gentry Curtis, a freshman who's getting 71% in the X, is winning face-offs as a freshman. That's a high number for a freshman.
That speaks to, Kevin, the training and the development of this sport at the youth level, that as a 13, 14-year-old young man can come in and compete at this level. It's inspiring to see it around town, inspiring to see the growth, and it translates to the field if you work hard enough.
Here's McNamara, the left-hander, firing and scoring. And the lefty is deadly when he gets that close and gets that much space, and that is his 55th goal of the year, Luke McNamara.
Okay, so we got a nice little sweep here. So Luke's going to sweep left-handed, and this shot is just placed really well. The way he protects his stick, shields it across his body from the goalie. It's great angle here. It's going to be tough for the goalie to see this coming out at that speed. Places it low and away. I mean, you just got to hope that maybe there's a misfire and he hits the goalie, but that's tough as a goalie to stop anything like that.
Phillip Park doing a good job with the face-off, and then Rockhurst gets it right back.
What
and here's
great,
McNamara.
What a great handle.
Oh, my.
We could be in for a long night, Kevin. The way that these guys in blue are taking advantage of turnovers. You see, we got a nice little deflection here. Efficient ground ball, looks upfield immediately to find McNamara open, sweeps. I mean, this shot is deadly. It's easily the best shot that I've seen in this city ever, and you can see why this young man is committed to play at the next level. I think I'm most impressed by the stick skill that he's showing thus far. I mean, he caught that pass one-handed, looking back into the sun. You can tell that this is a guy that puts in a lot of work, plays a lot of wall ball, and loves this game and hones his craft. I imagine we're going to see a couple more throughout the evening, but that is really fun to watch, and we are very early in this game.
Let's see, he has the record for single-season goals with 72. He has the career goals mark. He has the single game goals record with 9, and he's second in career points behind Kevin Luby, who, by the way, is an assistant for Pembroke Hill, played at Trinity, former Rockhurst star, and now an attorney in Kansas City. But McNamara is going to pass him probably later this year, as he is only a junior, headed to Utah. Tell me about the Utah program. This is an emerging men's lacrosse program.
Absolutely. So a couple years ago, they went Division I, fully funded, fully supported, brought in great coaches, and they've supported them with facilities. It's a beautiful place to go to school. It's in Salt Lake City. Honestly, it's a great program. They are developing. They're a perennial top 20 program. And Luke's going to go out there and get to test himself and grow even more as a student athlete.
You just saw the Rockhurst Hall of Famer Tim Reedy, former All-American lacrosse for Rockhurst in his 12th year.
Former teammate of mine.
As Rockhurst wins the face-off with Henry Kemp, who's at 80% on face-off wins. Now, Coach Reedy was saying he may set a record for face-off percentage wins for Rockhurst this year, and I'd say if you're hovering around 80, yeah, you're probably going to set the record. That is quite a number.
Yeah, a great clip is to be winning at 65%, and 80 is almost hard to believe. He's just that talented. Great pass.
Nice
here.
pass.
An extra pass.
And another pass, and they get one on the doorstep with the goal by Croy Snow, the junior, who's buddies with Luke McNamara. He moved in from New York to play with his friend Luke McNamara, and they're a deadly combination.
Watch this ball movement here. It's frankly it's the best that I've seen in this city ever. This extra pass here is just completely unselfish, and Croy he takes advantage of that extra pass. No chance for the goalie there, and he finishes. And if Rock wins another faceoff here, they could easily go up 6-1.
Well, and we've got a scrum, and the ground ball taken by Rockhurst. Good work there by Sam Stiegel, the junior. There was a big scrum, and the ball popped out. Stiegel able to get it back for Rockhurst, and Rockhurst on a roll. Momentum on the side of the blue visitors from just down the road, 93rd and State line. You mentioned that Rockhurst has just been rolling everybody. They beat Chaminade 18-8. They beat Blue Valley Monday 15-1. They beat Shawnee Mission East in a game that was close for a quarter and a half, 21-11. Nice pass inside. Mosier goes behind the back, And can't get it done. Got a little fancy, did Reed there, but missed the mark. Rockhurst maintains possession.
Yeah, Kevin, it looked fancy, but he had run past the goal, so that behind-the-back angle actually was improved. Here's another shot by, oh my goodness.
Bicklemeyer, another laser top shelf, and he's already got the hat trick here in the first quarter.
This young man's eaten. I cannot wait to watch him continue to develop and then get in that scarlet and gray. It's going to be a sight to see. I mean, my goodness, is that a really proud thing to watch that development.
But let the viewers know you have a bias there for Columbus and the Buckeyes. You went and played college lacrosse at Ohio State and now also helped with a new stadium there. How about that with your HOK and sports architecture background? They got a nice facility there for Bicklemeyer to play at.
Oh, dream come true. As we watch another face-off here.
And again, the freshman so good.
Yeah, it's
Gentry Curtis.
This is going to be a problem if this continues for the guys in white.
You can't win face-offs, you're in big trouble.
Yeah, it's a dream come true to watch the development of this program and remember where I was as just a little part of it in its early, at the infancy years, right? And see where the talent and the stick skill talent that's out on the field now and how these guys are not dropping passes. It really makes me proud to watch all the young men that are out on this field.
The Buckeyes are nationally ranked, aren't they?
They are. I've been able to go out and catch a couple games this spring, and as we open the new stadium up, we're going to watch.
Hefty moves by Bicklemeyer, but fires it wide.
Yeah, we worked on it. We worked on it for a couple years. We're going to watch a quick little move here from Bicklemeyer. Shakes two guys, just barely misses this by about 3 inches. Another sweep.
And a bouncer going in. Gold Rockhurst, Colin Comenda, the junior. Now let's see if there's a flag, and I think they're not going to count.
No, I think they counted it.
It might have been but there's a penalty after the goal.
Little hit after the goal. I can't even get the story in, Kevin, because these Rockhurst guys are scoring too much. I mean, we're calling goals here, and I'm trying to spit out the story on designing the lacrosse stadium there. But great bounce shot. Comenda sweeps left, strong, aggressive, confident move, and just nails a great low to high bounce shot.
I think the penalty was on Pembroke Hill for the late hit on Comenda after he scored. And take a look at Dave Colbert in his 15th year. He's had 5 finals with this team, and the player is taking a knee in the penalty box. The penalty is on Pembroke Hill as we get another face-off for Rockhurst, leading 7-1. Good shot there of the ground level at Hicks Field.
Beautiful shot down the line. You see how those guys go down and clamp, how they compete for that ball. Love that angle there.
And we're going to get a timeout on the field as Rockhurst dominating, but Rockhurst averaging 19 goals per game, only giving up just over 5. On the other side, Pembroke Hill averaging 11 goals per game, giving up 7 goals per game. But if you talk to the area coaches, they say this might be one of Rockhurst's better teams in the last 25 years. They're stacked.
Yeah, this is sort of blowing me away. I think about where this team was last year and how talented they were, and they are returning so many starters, and they will return starters next year. So they currently have 8 juniors starting and 2 seniors, and they now have 7 juniors on the roster that played as freshmen. So the depth with the guys in blue is going to be hard to keep up with. The way that these guys, these young guys, are playing, it's really touching to watch how well they're playing this sport. The sport that I was able to play and love. They're playing it so much better than we did 20 years ago. And they're playing it better than guys that were playing 5 years ago. Although the guys playing 5 years ago, they like to chirp on the the text messages that they could compete. Now, no chance.
They have an ego too.
No chance.
Yeah.
Line them up. this is some special lacrosse that we're watching here.
This is Rockhurst after the timeout. Narciso will feed it to Comenda, who just scored his 16th goal of the year. And Comenda plays with his brother on the team, and he's looking to head to play at maybe Marquette. So Comenda is one of their juniors. This junior class for both these squads, very good. And as there's Beckelmeyer throwing out front. Nice steal there. Good takeaway. And back comes the Raiders. Some good defense in front of the goal by Ben Perrin as he leads the team in takeaways. That's his 15th takeaway of the year. And just what the doctor ordered if you're the Raiders. And now they need to dent that cage. They need to get some goals going here as we play late in the first quarter. Rockhurst has dominated the first quarter. Pembroke scored the first goal of the game, but it's been all Rock State since then.
Yeah, I'm so happy the ball's down here on this side of the field because it's just been a downpour of goals for Rock. Pembroke's showing a lot of patience here, which you love to see. I mean, being down a number of goals. They're going to work for that good look.
Park gets a step on the defender, but lost it. And now the loose ball. And it'll be Rockhurst ball.
We got goalie interference, so this should be a free clear.
Yeah, Kaler was trying to get the ground ball here, the goalkeeper for Rockhurst, and he was fouled.
Yeah, just a timely stick check there. Nice slap check. Dislodged the ball.
And here's Rockhurst into their offense.
Okay, what I'd like to see here is, you know, with the six goal lead, let's start working the ball around a little bit, okay? I mean, we know that they're capable of scoring. Lacrosse is a sport where you could get 3 goals. I've seen 3 goals drop in 47 seconds. But the matchup with these two teams, that's probably not going to happen tonight. But I'd like to see Rock be more patient here.
This is Snow bailing out his buddy from New York as McNamara missed the shot, and now Snow gives him another look. Here's McNamara out front on the doorstep. I mean,
I can see it coming before it even happens.
He's 15 yards away, and that's the doorstep for him. That's how good his shot is with that left hand.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk about this one. So right off the catch, okay, Luke does this little pump step, and that little jab with the hands freezes the defender, and he just blew past him. And with the shot like his, it's just almost guaranteed. I mean, he's going to translate really well as a next level player. I really am interested to see his right hand stick skills later on throughout the evening because his left is top notch.
Hat trick for him, hat trick for Beckelmeyer. 57 goals on the year for a guy who last year as a sophomore scored 72. And Rockhurst again winning the face-off into the offense as we move to the late part of the first quarter. Rockhurst dominating on the road. McNamara came to Kansas City. His father, Sean, is an assistant coach, but works with the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. And he actually brought former Minnesota Vikings coach Les Steckel over to talk to the guys as Beckelmeyer continues his first quarter domination, his 4th goal. For a guy that's as a midfielder that's having a good year, but that is now 27 goals on the year for number 10 in blue.
Yeah, nice little find on the crease. So Beckelmeyer's just wide open, not guarded. Catch, turn, well-placed shot, done. Mark it. This is getting to be a bit of a runaway train here. The guys in those beautiful shiny red helmets need to start getting some possession. And we see another goal.
Back the knife again, McNamara. I mean, he's using the bounce so good tonight with that left-handed shot. And Brady Simon, the senior keeper for the Raiders, was in big trouble from the get-go as Rockhurst winning the face-off with the freshman Curtis. And quickly, just like that, it's in the back of the net.
Yeah, I really feel for that young goalkeeper. Not only is he facing some of the top guns here in the city, even in the Midwest, but he's looking into that setting sun, looking straight west. That's a tough task for that young man. Another possession won by Rockhurst. You can see it's almost like make it, take it. You ever play pickup basketball, Kevin? And you know you're playing make it, take it, and the competition's hitting shots and just getting the ball back.
You feel helpless if you're the team that's in the trailing position. As here's McNamara working from the wing to his buddy Snow, spinning, goes low, and it is a goal. I thought there might be a crease violation. The official took a second look, and Croy Snow with the goal.
Yeah, this is just beautiful stick work here. I mean, these guys, you can tell that they're buddies. We're going to have a nice little dump pass here. Find Snow, and the stick work here to work around two defenders that are sliding to him, and the goalie that's coming out on high on his arc. That's reps, right? Like, that's having the stick in your hand throughout your entire life, every free moment, practicing, and I just love seeing it. I mean, that play didn't happen here 10 years ago.
Well, he came to Kansas City to play with Luke McNamara, his buddy from New York. A couple of New York guys in Kansas City, as here's Snow in trouble, and he's just running out the clock. That's the end of the first quarter, dominated by Rockhurst on the road here at Pembroke Hill, as Luke McNamara and Rockhurst try to stay undefeated here on Ward Parkway at Pembroke Hill on the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week. Beautiful spring day here in Kansas City. Temperatures in the 60s. The skies, which are cloudy, and we had some thunderstorms this morning, have cleared out, and it's a nice evening. A little cool, but a lot of fans out here enjoying some boys lacrosse, and you're not going to find a better picture than this as far as a stadium setup here. I still say, don't tell the athletic director, Amanda, that I said this, but in the fall, when those trees are all different colors, it's looking very good in the spring situation, but the fall setting around the football field is still the best, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Kevin, I do sports architecture for a living.
Yep.
I've traveled the country, but specifically working for colleges and universities, which have some of the most picturesque, bucolic landscapes and settings. And this is special here. I mean, the facilities, you can tell the investment here is to support the student and the student athlete and in all sports. I'm blown away here. I got a brief tour and met with Amanda, the AD, earlier.
Man. We had to bring you away from the tour because you wanted to keep looking at the place to do the broadcast.
I mean, the guys from the guys and gals from KU and K-State and Mizzou and UMKC, they could come over here and take a tour of this facility and learn a couple things. Just well done. This is one of the most beautiful settings for a sport facility in this city. Always has been. But the renovations they've done here are just top notch. As we get back to the play on the field, Pembroke wins a long overdue face-off.
That was Philip Park, who's their leading goal scorer, and now they nearly turn it over near the sideline.
Oh, boy. They just got loose there, right? I mean, great pressure by Rockhurst.
Let's see.
Got a little loosey-goosey, if you will.
Pembroke's going to have possession here. The official signaled
maybe it
Raider
was
ball.
Maybe it was like a push in the back. I missed that call. All right, let's get it going, guys. Let's work the ball around.
Bowles, 22, one of their top scorers. Wyatt, number 7.
Oh, boy.
Bailey Allard is also a college-bound player going to William Jewell, who now has a lacrosse program, and some bad stick handling by Wyatt. But he's able to, let's see. No, he does not get it back. Rockhurst just kind of flings it down the field. And we got a penalty.
Defender step. No, that was McNamara stepped over the midfield line.
Yeah, Luke a little.
Making him offsides, so it's immediately awarded that possession back to Pembroke Hill.
Yeah, Luke was a little premature there at the midline, and that's what the official saw. Now here's a Wyatt spinning, firing, and scoring. Evan Wyatt.
Love it. Great, another great bounce shot. I mean, I mentioned it in the opener. Wyatt just has he's got a strong shot, quick first step. We're going to get a little rollback dodge here. Runs through the check, right? Runs through pressure. Low and away bounce shot. I love it. We're competing now. Look at the velocity on that. I mean, bounce shots. I think 9 out of 10 shots tonight that have gone in have been bounce shots.
Yeah.
You know, the youngsters like to shoot it high and hard because it kind of makes the net splash a little bit more. But those bounce shots, as they change plane, they're more difficult for the goalie to track, especially a guy looking into that west setting sun. Great look here at the face-off. Quick clamps by these youngsters. One by Rock.
Quickly into their offense as the freshman got it done again. Gentry Curtis, 71% on face-offs as a 9th grader.
So impressive.
Yeah. Wyatt getting the gold, and he's going to a very prestigious school. Washington and Lee. A lot of people around here not so familiar with this school in Lexington, Virginia, but it's a very prestigious school with a Kansas City connection.
Oh, yeah. Coach Will Garrett. So Will is up there at Washington and Lee, his alma mater, and he's bringing some talent from KC up there to that program. This is, I believe, his 2nd or 3rd year, and I love to see it. You know, I'm sure there'll be a couple other guys that end up wearing the white and blue up there.
Yeah, if you're wondering about the name, George Washington made a donation to the school. Yes, the George Washington. And Robert E. Lee, the Civil War general, was a former president of the school. This is a very historic, big-time school. And Evan Wyatt, the senior, just scored that goal for Pembroke Hill going there. And he's excellent in the classroom. High GPA kid, and also going to play lacrosse for that Kansas City native. As we got some laundry on the field. We got a broken stick. As Rockhurst trying to force it inside. A lot of red there. And scramble. Rockhurst able to get it in front, and now stolen away. Nice. Well, I'll tell you what, you try to get out of the fray with the loose ball, and Rockhurst makes you pay.
Kevin, you called that so well. I mean, that was a frenzy of action, and you were on top of it all.
Ben Perrin, he thought he was scot-free there until Rockhurst dislodged the ball from him.
Yeah, I didn't see whose stick broke, but when your stick breaks, as a player, you have to drop it, and you have to immediately run off the field because you can't play without your cross,
right.
As they call the lacrosse stick.
So this is a man-up advantage for Rockhurst as we go back to the broken stick.
Yeah, let's take a quick look at this. So strong dodge, and just leading defensively with the stick, and it just snaps in half like a toothpick. And then we're going to have a quick look here at
This is Perrin. I thought he was going to get out of here with the ball, and Rockhurst said, no way.
And that's one of those things where he'll learn. You got to run away from pressure. You don't run into it, right? It's a large field. Run away from pressure, and it'll be easier to make a pass to a teammate.
Rockhurst, a very good passing team. Yes, they work against the man-to-man defense employed by Pembroke Hill. And running inside and firing a turnaround shot. That was Comenda, and missed wide.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing a lot of great stick work out here by two guys that are going to go play at the college level. Comenda's right up there with them. I mean, that was really talented work, left-handed, absorbing a check.
Need to find the stick guru for that guy to
yeah, that's why these guys
back together.
Have backups.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's got a backup.
Well, yeah, I would think so, as Comenda working the right side. I mean, he's a big-time player. Comenda is going to play some college lacrosse, according to Coach Reedy. He's looking at Marquette, but still not decided on that.
Yeah, he's going to play at the next level. I mean, as long as he continues to strengthen those already really good stick skills.
This is Snow going low. Woo! Nice save by Simon as Brady, his teammate, but
no
they
soup
can't.
for you.
Yeah.
Says Brady. I love it. That was one heck of a save. So we got a well-placed shot here. It's about hip level offside, off stick side, and Brady just punches over, right? So he attacks that shot, and as we're looking at this replay, another one has fallen. for the guys in blue. But
Mac the Knife does it again. Here's Luke.
Man, we can't even get through replays
No.
here. These guys are just, this is like an indoor lacrosse game. They're just, it's like this field is half the length and width, and they're just dumping them in. I mean, that goal for the guys in blue looks about 3 times the size that it is at 6 and 6. I mean, when you're scoring like this, Kevin, that goal is huge.
It's a 5-goal game, but remember, this guy's had a number of 9-goal games as McNamara is the record holder. And now a face-off win for the Raiders. Let's see if they can take advantage. The guy with the ball is Allard, who's going to that new program with William Jewell in Liberty, Missouri. So he's going to be a trailblazer for them after a 38-goal junior year. He has a 12-goal, 5-assist season going here. And now here's Park, their leading goal scorer.
Outside.
And it's going to be off the side of the netting.
Oh, that's one of those where the parents...
Fakes you out, yep.
Yeah, the parents get all giddy over that because the net moves, but that was a tough angle to shoot from.
They're called grandma goals because grandma gets faked out. Nobody gets faked out by Luke McNamara and his left-handed shot.
Yeah, that was not a grandma goal. Oh, boy. So here's this tight angle shot. Just kind of runs the angle away, and he's going for that inside pipe. Just missed it. And then here's a look at Luke's goal. It's just another. I mean, my goodness, I feel like I've seen this goal like on repeat. Okay, sweeping strong over the middle of the field, left-handed, side-armed, low and away. If you're the goalie, you may start guessing a little bit here, but Luke's good enough. He's going to replace the shot in a different location.
So 6 goals, double hattie.
I
think that's the slang term for 6 goal scorers. I know Trip Hattie is the 9-goal. He did that against Shawnee Mission East. 9 goals, 1 assist as they beat the Lancers 21-11. This guy, as you mentioned, as far as the landscape in the city, I mean, he is one of the best I've seen, and Rockhurst has had a number of very good players. This one blocked out front. Narciso has denied, and I believe that was Max Sprott. Got his big body and stick in front of that, but Rockhurst maintains possession. Bickelmeyer, Narciso hit the pipe. Rockhurst trying to get the loose ball, but this is Mo McCliney, a young freshman. They say he's going to be a future star for the Raiders. And back come the red and white of Pembroke Hill.
Needs some support. There we go.
Yeah, Perrin didn't have 3 Rockhurst guys hassling him that time as he got into the offensive end.
Yeah, it can get a little dicey out there when you're trying to clear and you got a bunch of guys doing what's called riding you, okay? So they're trying to win that ball back by checking your hands. And the guys with the long poles are great at playing defense and checking and distributing checks, but they're not always great at absorbing the checks. So that's why it's important to harass them as an offensive player when there's been a turnover.
Here's Bowles, the senior captain who had our first goal of the game. Very good player in this program.
Boy, we started out with an optimistic possession and goal from Pembroke Hill, and it's kind of just turned like that, right? Just turned on a dime.
Well, if you hear the other coaches and the scouting reports about this Rockhurst team and how powerful they are, it's not that surprising. Wyatt with a tough right-handed shot through a lot of blue jerseys. Evan Wyatt.
The cream rises to the top. Unbelievable. So this is a college goal. Sweeping across the top. It's about the toughest angle as you can shoot a jump shot from across your body. But the placement is what mattered here. So just tuck that shot right inside that far pipe. Caught the goalie off guard.
This guy was a MVP as a sophomore his junior year, second on the team in points. And now his second goal of the night, 14 on the season. Also played on the basketball team that's gone back-to-back 4th place finishes for the Raiders. And if you're not familiar with the program, Jeff Hawkins, the former KU guard is their head coach, and it's an emerging basketball program. And Wyatt, just a good all-around athlete, played on that basketball team. And now another face-off win for the Raiders, and maybe the momentum switching here as we come up on Hy-Vee at the half. We'll have your numbers and highlights brought to you by your employee-owned Hy-Vee stores.
I love those Hy-Vee burgers, Kevin. I mean, we're into Royals baseball season and lacrosse season, full tilt.
And another shot going in. Nice goal there by Addison Kemper. That was right under the armpit there of goalie Matt Kaler, the Rockhurst goalie. And this is Kemper's 13th goal of the year, the junior midfielder.
Now, I've mentioned it before. I mean, that setting sun is playing a factor here, but this is also just defense letting Pembroke Hill drive in too close to the goal. There's no slide here. A little bit of room is established and a well-placed shot.
So the goalie is working against the sun field as you take a look at Kemper. He's had a very good year. He's a midfielder, the junior.
Kevin, the last time that I saw this many objects being shot and flown through the air was this fall when I was duck hunting with my best buddy Hunter and his dad Chip Anderson up in Mound City. I mean, this is like an onslaught of shots here.
Well, these are two good offensive teams. Rockhurst offensively is, like I said, I've had many coaches tell me that offensively this might be one of Rockhurst's best teams in the last 25 years. Yes, they're just great passing it. They have an elite scorer in Luke McNamara. They have an elite face-off guys. As Bowles is denied. Nice save there by Kaler, the junior.
Kick save and a beaut.
Yeah, the kid came in from Washington, D.C. as this one shot over the crossbar, but nice play by the transfer from Washington, D.C., Matt Kaler.
Great look at this save. Oh, my goodness. Kick save. I mean, I called it out, but that's a tough one. And these goalies will just throw whatever part of their body they can to stop that fast-moving rubber ball. Another great save.
Yeah, another save out front. Kaler's dad formerly worked in the Pentagon, is a Rockhurst graduate. That's the connection, as that's why he came back to Kansas City, and that's why his son is playing for Rockhurst, as you Rockhurst grad, following his father's footsteps. As we got a timeout on the field. Coming up next on the Hy-Vee High School game of the week, boys baseball, as Lee Summit West will play host to the Staley Falcons Monday 4 o'clock on the Hy-Vee High School game of the week. Another great look at the Bellis Athletic Center. We got a partial tour. You're going to get a tour later of the full look here in this situation. I know, I mean, there's other, I know we're kind of sports bias here, but also they've done other renovations with the Hall Student Center, the Patterson Hall, which we saw that beautiful window, and the athletic director was saying, Amanda Lotak was saying, that's where they eat lunch. I'm like, out of that view, out of that beautiful window, and then also they've had some arts connector and gallery, and they've worked on the lawn here, all part of their $55 million Build Together campaign.
Yeah, this is, we touched on it earlier, it's a beautiful setting, and it speaks to
state-of-the-art
investment and development of young people, which is always important. They're focusing here on developing future leaders and getting these youngsters ready for a college or university experience, more than likely, and it's just beautiful. I'm blown away. I can't wait to get a tour. Met with Amanda earlier. She is coming in from Penn State, former softball coach at Penn State University, where I designed a lacrosse stadium. We were touching on that earlier. That was fun little contact. But yeah, this place is special. You drive by this facility every day on Ward Parkway, and you want to look inside, right? Can't wait to get my tour.
That's a shot wide by Bowles. I think it was deflected out front by Mac Renko, the junior. Just got a piece of it, but Raiders maintain possession as we close in on our halftime. Hy-Vee at the half. Rockhurst with the big lead. As here's Kemper. Wyatt, a couple goals in the game. Let's see if this team run a good offensive set. And Rockhurst very good defensively.
Yeah, it's tough to set a pick, 25 yards up in front of the goal and really get anything out of it, especially when you're playing shutdown D like this. We got a flag because the stick rode up high.
Yeah, it got around the neck.
Going to get a cross check more than likely.
And that's going to be on Stiegel for Rockhurst, number 32, as he will go to the penalty box.
This is one of those tough things that happens in this sport because you have to use your body to play. Oh, all right, look, we're probably going to get a hold there.
Yeah.
But you're playing, with your body defensively, but you also have the stick. And sometimes when that offensive player moves and shakes, that stick rides up high and gets close to the neck or head, and that's going to be called every time.
Man-up advantage now for Pembroke Hill.
Yep, this is a big one. I mean, I know the goal differential is vast, but every goal matters, especially when you're man up. You want to take advantage of that advantage.
Evan Wyatt, top goal scorers. And they'll get a shot and a hit off the side of the netting. And that was the lefty William Pierce, junior. And again, Wyatt denied in front. And Pierce tried to stuff it in up close. And Kaler denies them both times.
I can't wait to get a look at that. That was one of the prettier dodges I've seen in recent year with the toe drag. And then it was just an unreal save there. I think we might have had a deflection on the crossbar, but we're going to have a timeout here, so hopefully we can get a look at it.
Here's your
look at this toe drag. Oh, my goodness. Filthy. Absolutely filthy. Unfortunately, he hits the crossbar. Oh, my goodness. I mean, look at the crossbar acting as that extra defender there for Rockhurst. But
when you're a keeper, you'll take it.
You will take anything.
Yep. Timeout Rockhurst.
Wow. Here's a look at Robbie Healy.
What a beard.
My goodness, look at that beard. So Robbie was a young man that I coached when I moved back here from Ohio. And I coached him as a youth lacrosse player. He ended up playing at Rockhurst University and has been given back as a coach here at his alma mater. Imagine he's breaking down some scheme here, and just love to see these guys coming back and giving back to their programs as coaches, right? We got a couple guys, Kevin Luby, who was a former Summer League teammate of mine, younger than me at Rockhurst, but he's been coaching at Pembroke Hill and was the assistant coach of the year last year. And then another young guy that I played with was in Summer League was David Herring. Both of those guys were really talented players here locally and played in college. And David's coaching for Pembroke here as well and supporting Dave Colbert. It's just a really special community here in town. Everybody wants to give back and grow the game. Drive around on a weeknight here in the spring, and you're going to see lacrosse being played by young men, young women, at all ages. Those orange goals are in people's front and backyards now, and the talent and the level of play that we're seeing here on the field is tied directly to the development of the youth programs.
Well, the Rockhurst assistants are trying to get your son orientated to play lacrosse. They were asking for your number. They said, we want to talk to that young Elmer guy and get him involved in the lacrosse. I said, I don't have Elmer's number. You're gonna have to go through Coach Reedy and get that, but I'm sure your son would love to wear the blue someday at Rockhurst.
He's been begging me, Kevin.
Okay. Well.
He's a fourth grader. Jackson, my son, is he's in fourth, and just he kind of begs me to get involved in it and asking me to start a team, and just holding off, but he'll get into it.
Well, we reach halftime. Rockhurst dominating the first half, leading 13-4 with their big star, Luke McNamara, with 6 goals here in the first 2 quarters. Hy-Vee at the half coming up next. The Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week brought to you by Hy-Vee, proud to support Greater Kansas City High School athletics. Rockhurst, the big lead at halftime, 13-4 over city rival Pembroke Hill. As we take a look at the Hy-Vee first half numbers in this boys lacrosse matchup, shots pretty even. Rockhurst getting a good goalie night from Matt Kaler. But you see the goals and the face-offs won. Rockhurst dominating the X and getting off to that fast start. And a 6-goal first half by their superstar, Luke McNamara.
Yeah, this is just efficiency here with the shots. I mean, Rock is just, the guys are placing the ball really well. The shots are evenly matched. Ground balls have definitely been dominated by Rockhurst, but the efficiency of which these guys are handling the ball and placing their shots, that's why we have a 13-4 score.
Well, Rockhurst is back-to-back LAKC champions. I saw in a magazine, Rockhurst is number 10 in the Midwest poll of the U.S. Lacrosse magazine. So
yeah, that's the
that's a national, that's a national magazine.
That's the premier organizing body for the sport, and they track all these teams very well. There's a ton of really talented teams in the Midwest. You know, you start talking about teams like Culver in Indiana, Brother Rice in Michigan. For Rockhurst to be in the top 10 is a testament to the work that this program has put in developing these young men as players.
Ryan Coomer, after Park won the face-off, Coomer headed to Jacksonville to play college lacrosse. That's a Division I school.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Jacksonville has beaten some of the best teams in the college game these days, and they're an upstart program. But can you blame them? I mean, going to play
Florida?
Lax in Florida, right? The coach down there is a former Syracuse All-American, doing a great job recruiting.
Yeah, Coomer leading Raiders in ground balls on the team captain. So Rockhurst in possession, leading by 9 goals early third quarter. Yes, they are 10-0 on the year. They average 19 goals per game, so a 6-goal second half. Here's Comenda firing. Like somebody got a piece of that early on.
Dangerous.
Simon had it, but Rockhurst got it back, and Bickelmeyer, the turn and fire, and he scores. Jack Bickelmeyer.
Yeah, this is just, boy, this is a tough play here. So nice shot, deflected. It actually deflects off a Rockhurst player, and then goalie comes out and fields the ball, makes a nice play on the ball, but he runs into traffic, and there's a quick check. Really kind of drops right into Bickelmeyer's stick, and he pretty much has a wide open goal to shoot at. So almost unfair, but that's what happens when you come out of the cage and make a play on the ball as a goalie. It's a risk-reward situation.
Well, Jack, a 5-goal night. His teammate Luke McNamara, a 6-goal night, and a face-off violation.
On.
Yep. And it's going to be on Pembroke Hill. Park can't believe the call as he runs off. As he's aghast at the official's call there. And Rockhurst has another possession.
Yeah, that I'm not sure what went on.
Help
there.
Rockhurst, and officials made the call there in the X. Officiating crew tonight: Dave Melvin, Grant Van Horn.
Nice little check there.
Kent Peterson working.
Oh, my goodness.
As that is Seabass, Sebastian Despierre doing some work out front, the junior midfielder for the Raiders. And now nice work there, Max Sprott. Big body junior with the long stick. able to get the takeaway.
Yeah, solid stick work there. Just
Now
knocked
Perrin
that ball right out.
gonna have to be the pizza delivery guy and get away from all these Rockhurst guys.
This is not what you want to do.
Yeah, and he just flips it back into play and actually turned it over, went out of bounds. Let's go back to the face-off and see what the officials saw here, Andrew. Where you see a violation.
Oh, yeah. So these guys
early movement.
They're just guessing, and to me, it looked like the Rockhurst player went first, but then that's clearly what Dave's team is and coaching staff were frustrated with because they awarded the ball to Rockhurst.
Comenda.
Sometimes
it's the back of the net.
Yeah, you know, these flinches that these youngsters do on the face-off sometimes can be misjudged. There's just a beautiful sidearm rip by Comenda, left-handed, places it well on the goal. You know, we always say in coaching youngsters, shoot it where the goalie isn't. And I know it sounds just stupid simple, but it can be as simple as that. Here's a great look at the face-off. These guys can't move before the whistle, and that's usually what happens is somebody gets a little twitchy or wants to win a key face-off and goes too fast. Another goal.
Assist by Kemp, who won the face-off and set up Reed Mosier, number 25, with his first goal. That fast. That's how quickly Rockhurst can score. There's the face-off win.
Oh,
and then a little
nice little, we call that a goose, where you just kind of use your stick.
Push it forward.
Flip it out so a teammate can grab it, right? Or flip it out for yourself. And it's great to see Reed get a goal there. He's known, I talked to Coach Reed, he says he's really well known for his being an assist maker.
He's the assist leader on the team.
So he knows how to find Luke and
as the
Jack.
Ball is knocked out of Hayes Holmes' hands, but right to Mosier, and Rockhurst, the ball just falling their way here as they lead it 16-4 in the third quarter. And now there's a bad pass by Rockhurst. As soon as I say that, Rockhurst just throws it away, and that won't make Coach Reedy happy. A kind of unforced error. Yeah,
this is a very efficient team with their passing. You know, when I was playing, you'd throw a pass and you didn't know if it was going to be caught or deflected and go out, but the efficiency of which these guys are passing and catching is fun to watch. So, you know, occasionally you have a misfire. It happens, as long as it doesn't happen too often, right? You can afford one or two a game.
Or you could be standing by Coach Reedy if you keep throwing the ball away. He's not big on turnovers. He makes the fast break action as the shot by Kemper well wide of the mark. Kaler just didn't even put his stick out for that one.
No, that one was off by about 3 feet. That happens, though. I mean, you like to see him shooting. That's the thing is, in this sport, you always want to be attacking, right? You want to be attacking your matchups like you see here. You want to be attacking the goal. Always have the intent to score. What a beautiful shot.
The senior Bowles with some good defense there by Liam Weir. I felt like his defense was pretty good, and Bowles still able to get the job done as he ended up on his backside.
Yeah, I love to see this. So let's take a look at this. So Wade is he's kind of harassing the defender, right, with his relentless pursuit and dodging. Just a nice quick turn and a very quick release. Great spot, low and away on the goal. Yeah, quick shot. It's hard to track that, guys. I mean, it's just tough to track that with the camera because it's moving so fast. But here's a great look down the line. Love to see Pembroke getting in here and competing still, right? This game's clearly out of hand, but you like to see these youngsters competing. Let's hope that they can keep it clean.
Hard check, and they'll say Rockhurst ball. As we got a garage sale going on the field, or yard sale, as they say, the sticks everywhere.
Yeah, so nice little nifty flip. I mean, clearly a late push, out of bounds.
That's what the fans were grumbling about in front of us.
That'll get mom and dad all worked up, but it's part of the aggressive.
It's a physical game,
competitive nature of this game, right?
Yeah.
These guys and the young boys and girls that play the sport, you know, they have to be tough.
Nice save by Simon on a rare denial of Luke McNamara there.
Wow. I didn't think I was going to see that tonight.
Yep, put that one right in the breadbasket, and Simon able to make the save, and here comes Bickelmeyer back to work.
Yeah.
Wait for his teammates to get the 6-on-6 set up.
Nice handle by Jack. Just picked the ball out of the air, protected it with his body.
He's a big guy, too. I mean, I don't think people realize, what is he, 6'3", 6'4" kid?
Yeah, he went up, and I was talking to Coach Myers, Coach Nick Myers up at Ohio State, who recruited me up there when he was an assistant coach for Coach Joe Bresci, who's now at North Carolina as the head coach. And Nick said that Jack just blew him and the staff away as a recruit, went up and competed on their evaluation days, played some indoor lacrosse, and frankly just beat up on some of the best talent in the state of Ohio and from other states out east, and earned himself an offer. I can't wait to go up and watch that young man play in the stadium that I was able to design. How cool of a story is that, right?
I feel like you'll be making some visits to Columbus as snow again on the doorstep, and this guy got great skills. Look at that shot.
Yeah, it's great body control. So that the ability to turn on a dime and spin and protect the stick up there in close quarters to all those defenders and finish, you know, that speaks to just relentless practice. That's a young man that really loves this sport and has honed his craft.
He's a Native American transfer from New York as we got a flag down.
Yeah.
And a penalty coming up.
We're going to have a push with possession. And here's the thing is I'm going to be interested to see if the guys in blue can work this ball around and kill it.
And the ball is knocked free, and the penalty coming up on Pembroke Hill.
Okay, let's take a look at this. So, it was a trip. I missed it. Yeah, just Schroeder just caught him with that 6-foot pole, kind of right there between the wickets, tripped him. So it happens. It's part of the game.
And Schroeder takes a knee in the penalty box. Rockhurst with a man-up advantage.
We haven't seen much extra man offense here in this game, but let's see how these guys work the ball around. The key here is to work it as quick as you can and create a wide open shot.
And that's what Rockhurst is doing. They tried to get greedy there and pass it inside. They dodged a bullet. Perrin nearly got the takeaway as Rockhurst maintains possession. And now Comenda fires a shot, and Simon got a piece of it, couldn't find it for a second, but gets the ground ball in the crease area, and here comes the Raiders up the field. Nice pass down the field to Sprott. The long stick. Max driving.
Oh, I thought we were going to have a pole goal.
Yep. The old long pole goal is. We got a timeout.
Oh, what a timely timeout. I imagine Dave is saying, hey, I didn't know if you were going to get to deliver on that. So
I think the shot
was
not going to count. I think they wanted the timeout before Sprott was able to let this one go with that long stick he's working with.
Yeah, this is a great look. I mean, he's kind of looking to the bench, looking to pass the ball. So Dave wanted to obviously maintain the possession there, and so he called a timeout. You can't call a timeout when the ball is on the defensive end, but with the ball being there in the offensive zone, coach can call a timeout, and now they get the possession. But it's one of those things where you kind of want to let your youngsters, especially the long poles, take advantage of that opportunity. He was just almost so wide open he didn't know what to do with the ball. So let's see what Coach Colbert can dial up here.
Coach Colbert played his college lacrosse at Bates College in Maine.
Beautiful Maine.
Yep, beautiful Maine private school. Longtime coach, 15th year. He's been coaching the Raiders since 2009.
Yeah, Dave has just been an ambassador of this sport.
Yeah, he coaches a lot of youth in our area. I was trying to do an interview with him there at Blue Valley Southwest, and kids kept coming up and wanting to, they're like, who's this old mean guy? He keeps waving us off. I'm trying to get an interview done. I said, let's go talk to these kids. The kids want to say hi to their youth coach, so we rectified the situation, went and talked to all the kids and everything.
Yeah.
After I got my interview done, though.
I love it.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's a popular guy with the youth here in Kansas City as a coach.
Yeah, when Coach Reedy and I, when Tim and I were playing together, you know, there were 3-4 schools in the city. Oh, my goodness.
High bouncer by Wade Bowles. Gets in.
That is, I mean, my goodness, just a great sweeping dodge. And that's the benefit of the bounce shot, you know. This is why you do it. So change plane of the ball, right? Change direction and plane on the shot. And when that shot bounces off the synthetic surface, it's going to bounce in some direction. And it's almost hard to track, right, as a goalie. You don't know whether it's going to spin in or out, and that's just a really well-placed shot. Love to see Wade get another one. These guys are still competing. I love it.
I believe that is the hat trick now for Wade Bowles. He has 2 third-quarter goals and has the first goal of the game. So Bowles, the senior captain, wants to play college lacrosse. He's still undecided, though. Talking to him before the game there in the Bellis Athletic Center.
Oh.
And Simon getting a workout at the crease for the Raiders as Rockhurst continues to pepper him with shots.
Yeah,
won by Jackson Everetts.
You just see here, these guys are getting open because they're well spaced on the field and they're passing efficiently. It just near missed there, but these guys are just almost falling into shot opportunities because they're playing so efficiently.
Rockhurst gives it back to the Raiders. Under 2 minutes to play in your third quarter. Rockhurst the big lead. Trying to go back to back to back in the LAKC.
Nice clear. Efficient passing on that clear.
Well, Bowles had the hot hand. The shot hit some traffic up front by Kemper, who had a goal earlier, and it'll be Rockhurst ball.
Great example here of a hustle play by the goalie. So in lacrosse, when you shoot and the ball misses and goes out of bounds, the first player nearest to the ball when it goes and where it goes out is awarded possession for their team. Not on an errant pass, only on an errant shot.
Usually see an offensive player behind in the X tracking all those, but Rockhurst first to the ball going out. Now they have possession. As we got a minute and some change left in the third quarter as Rockhurst trying to go to 11-0. And
let's take a look at the
penalty on Rockhurst.
Okay, so as the ball's going out of bounds,
he got there first.
We just we get a.
That was the keeper, by the way, with the hustle there.
Absolutely. I mean, that's one of the things that goalies try to do is they always try and win that possession when the ball goes out of bounds off a shot. And Kaler just had a great hustle play there.
They've got a young freshman, Drayden Torline, that's supposed to be a future star, and Kaler's very good. They got Connor Kelly. They got riches galore as far as keepers go. As this shot good by McCliney as he got in and went high to low. Peter McCliney, the junior, with his 7th goal of the year. And that is the end of the third quarter as it's a 17-7 lead for Rockhurst. McCliney with the late third quarter goal for the Raiders on the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week. Kevin Wyke, Andrew Elmer, our entire Spectrum Sports crew on the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week on 420. Means a lot of things to a lot of people. It means big lacrosse day in Kansas City as Pembroke Hill playing host to Rockhurst, and Rockhurst the dominating the ball game through 3 quarters here. just good on all the levels as the fans enjoying a nice spring night here in the state-of-the-art facilities at Pembroke Hill. But what were your thoughts on the third quarter there for both these squads?
Yeah, well, we saw the scoring slow down a little bit for Rockhurst. They're being more intentional about ball movement and possession, okay? So being mindful of that. And then Pembroke got a couple goals in there in the third, bringing them back in. And I think what we're seeing, though, that I'm really impressed by is the hustle, right? The commitment to compete with the Pembroke Hill youngsters. This is a situation where you could get a little chippy, anger and temper start to flare. But these teams are both classy programs, right? They have classy coaches, and they're going to keep it, above board and keep competing. And that's what we're seeing. So it's great lacrosse in Kansas City. It's some of the best it's ever been. And my goodness, we're in this, we called it a duck blind, right? We're watching all these ducks fly around. We are perched in this beautiful setting, just soaking up great lacrosse.
Yeah, thanks for all the people at Pembroke Hill, Andrew and the communications, Amanda and the athletic department, Sam Kanopik, the football coach, saw him as Comenda again beats the keeper as he goes low. Colin Comenda, there's a name that the college teams are going to be looking at. And
by number 1.
Yeah, another sweep.
That's his. That's a hat trick for Comenda now to start the fourth quarter.
Yeah, just a nice sweeping dodge, left-handed, kind of jumps at the end there to get a little extra oomph behind the shot. Bouncer, right? Another bounce shot. Here's a great look at the face-off. We're going to wait till the whistle's blown, and then these youngsters can clamp the ball and try and win possession. So early jump there. Yeah. Early jump by Rock awards the possession to Pembroke Hill.
Yeah, the young man in the face-off is John Rabine, a senior, taking a face-off there and jumped early for Rockhurst. So it'll give possession to the Raiders, down 18-7 early fourth quarter. Bowles has had a good game. Bowles attacking. Bowles scoring. 22 in red goes top shelf. And the senior captain has 4 goals on the night, Wade Bowles.
Great shot. I mean, this is a young man that said, hey, I'm scoring, okay? Try and stop me. Shoots it from hip height, upper left-hand corner. It's a pretty goal. It's in, he's in close too. That's the other thing is the closer you can get to the goal, the more likely it is that your shot's going to go in. And as a defender, you need to push that offensive player that's dodging with the ball. You need to push him away from the goal. Down, we say down the alley, like push them down the side so that their angle decreases and that shot is tougher to find net.
And we're going to get a timeout for Pembroke Hill as Sprott again. Seems like Coach Colbert, every time Sprott has the ball and he's running around, he says, I need a timeout. As Jack Bickelmeyer, you love this kid headed to your old school, Ohio State, but he's had a tremendous game tonight for the Hawklets.
Yeah, and he's a big body, right? He's just a big athletic kid. Stick skills are continuing to develop, but you're seeing a foundation where he's going to be able to be a Division I player. I mean, the angle that he's shooting from, the way that he's handling the ball quickly, making quick decisions, distributing the ball as well, picking balls out of the air. It's fun to watch young people that love playing their sport, right? Like they love their craft. They want to get better at it. And as these youngsters grow, right, both physically and, emotionally and mentally, their athletic abilities grow with them. And lacrosse is one of those sports where the more that you practice it, the more you dedicate to being great, the greater you're going to be. There's guys on both sides of the field here that are exhibiting that.
And you have to be a little bit jealous that he gets to play in your fancy new stadium there in Columbus. You have to sit in the stands.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm way too old to even pick up a stick now and play, but as Coach Myers calls it, it's the ultimate classroom facility. There's an indoor shooting room and wall ball area for the guys to get reps during the cold Columbus winter. The field actually has a heating system under it so that it'll keep the ice and snow off.
Turnover by the Raiders, now stolen right back by Kemper. Open goal, and he takes advantage. So Kemper with a nice takeaway, and he saw the keeper was out of the crease, and he says, I'll take the shot from long distance, and he connects his second of the night. Addison Kemper, the junior midfielder, 14th of the season.
Yeah, this is just a heads-up play, right? So instead of turning tail and kind of running, he's reading the goalie, or the defender, I should say, on the clear, just picks it out of the air and heads up, play, shoots the ball accurately on an open goal, which you wouldn't believe how hard that is to do.
New keeper is Connor Kelly, by the way. I'm sorry to interrupt there, but the Rockhurst has changed keepers. Connor Kelly was the MVP of the LAKC tournament last year in goal, and he was caught off guard there. Nice save by Simon. Ball still loose, and here's Sprott trying to avoid the blue jerseys, but he's getting roughed up. The riding by the Hawklets, very tough. Now Seabass, as they call him, in trouble back there. Sebastian Despierre, well, he gets it, and the fans.
They need to touch the ball into the offensive zone. Okay, they barely got it.
Yeah, they got it into Wyatt, their star. Up front to Allard, got checked. Ball loose.
Buddy pass.
Yep. And now Rockhurst trying to get the loose ball, and they get it. Connor Kelly, the keeper, gets it. Finds a outlet now to a teammate. And Rockhurst will have possession. See if they want to run some clock with the big lead here. As wide pass. So now play getting kind of sloppy on both ends. As Snow takes a big whack there at Simon, the keeper. And the fans are a little grumbly about that. Let's see.
Yeah, you always want to protect the keeper.
Yep. This is the keeper, Simon, trying to find help.
Oh my goodness, great check. I mean, the
Snow.
Simon kind of had the ball hanging out there a little bit in the stick, and Snow just got him with a wrap check.
Yep. 18-9, Rockhurst leading. Rockhurst once again averaging 19 goals per game this season in their 10-0 season thus far. So we're right about the mark for Rockhurst.
Yeah, this is the part of in the game where you're going to get some guys in that haven't been playing the entire game, right? You're going to start working in, second, third string guys so that they can get reps. They can be in game situations. I love that, even up 9, Tim's coaching here, and he's not pleased, right? He's not pleased with the efficiency. They're making poor passes in the last 2 minutes. Maybe playing a little lackadaisical, no pun intended, but I love to see him coaching them up, right? I mean, this game is out of reach for the Raiders, but you can always get better, These are great opportunities to get better and get the next gen guys reps.
And both these schools have very good ninth graders and sophomores. So at Pembroke Hill, the guy they call Mo McCliney, we saw his older brother Peters just score, but they say he's going to be a superstar freshman midfielder, 23 in red. Rockhurst has, well, we've seen Gentry Curtis in his face-offs as a freshman. Have Torline, a future star goalkeeper. So a lot of young stars on both these teams. Here's Wyatt. Evan Wyatt working out front. The kid headed to Washington and Lee.
Yeah, Coach Reedy told us before the game the entire squad is going to return. The entire starting squad, that is returning next year. I mean, good luck, right? If you're Pembroke Hill, Shawnee Mission East.
I heard a groan go out the rest of Kansas City. They have to deal with this Rockhurst team again next year.
Yeah, There's, there's some empathy there, right?
Well,
I mean, I'm cheering for the guys in white and red tonight. Like, I want to see them compete.
Yep. Evan Wyatt out front, trying to free himself, get his arms free for a shot. And again, nice save by Kelly, who's now at the crease for Rockhurst.
Love that. Kelly's coming in the fourth. It's really talented keeper. MVP of the LAKC championship game last year, and he's coming in cold. I mean, my goodness, he's coming in cold, an extremely talented player, and I love to see him making a tough save like that.
Yeah, kid that's 3-0 on the year. He's got a 6.0 goals against average, 50% save percentage. As here's Narciso.
Great find.
Trying to get Mosier freed up for a shot up front. And Rockhurst will maintain possession. And a man back behind the X.
Let's see what Luke can do here. Nice, woo, love it. Nice swim dodge by Jack.
Yeah, that was Bickelmeyer's. Those nice dodges. Shot by Comendo wide. Let's see who's closest. Is it
Barely,
out?
just barely.
Rockhurst half step maybe. They'll keep possession.
So Rockhurst play, if anybody's noticed, they play what's called pairs. It's an offense where you're creating a little two-man game action offensively, where you're working in pairs, setting picks and rolling off those picks to create separation, and they're doing it very well. Oh boy.
Bickelmeyer
Nice.
loading and then finding Snow, who puts it right past Simon there. Just
Great
outside
pass.
the crease line as
Rockhurst thrown by number 33, Troy Snow.
Snow, the junior, with the goal after the assist by Bickelmeyer.
This is a great example of what happens when you put about 4 or 5 goals in and you establish yourself as an outside shooter. Jack gives a little pump fake, defense slides to him, and he just dumps it off down to his teammate Snow, who does what he does very well and buries it.
I got a 4-goal game now for Troy Snow. Transfer from New York. He's a friend of McNamara's. And basically, he came to Kansas City not because the Chiefs are the Super Bowl champs. He came to play lacrosse with his buddy Luke McNamara. And I talked to another coach in the area, and they said those two, 33 and 20, they're a deadly combination. They know each other's moves so well, and you just add another weapon to an already powerful Rockhurst team, and hard to stop this team in blue as they look to go to 11-0.
Kevin, you ever watch basketball and you see two guys that just play well together? Maybe they're roommates, they've known each other for years, and they almost like know what they're going to do before
synchronicity,
the next play, right? Like whatever, they play so well together. That's what we're seeing here with those two youngsters.
Comenda,
what a heck of a hustle play.
After he missed it, goosed it ahead there to a teammate, but it'll be Pembroke Hill coming away with the loose ball.
Maybe momentarily.
Yeah, well, the riding by Rockhurst very tough, but nice work there by the sophomore Josh Stahl, to get it out of danger for the Raiders as they look for a late goal in this one, down 19-9. As we're approaching 2 minutes to play in regulation. Shot by Allard. Bailey Allard went top shelf, upper 90, and Allard is a kid that's going to William Jewell and Liberty and play for that new program for William Jewell.
That's great look here. I mean, quick release, that's key, okay? So Allard catches that pass, and he just released it within a split second, right? And the tracking the ball as a goalie, it's tough at times, and especially if you're catching and releasing that quickly. Great shot by Allard.
19-10, Allard now with 13 goals on the year. Second team All-Metro last year.
He's out.
And
let's go, blow the whistle.
Ball.
Ah, okay. Not so fast.
Start from the spot. Nice pass there. Kind of a dangerous pass as there was a player right there. Rockhurst gets it in. Billy Eccles. Getting some new faces, getting some time, as you mentioned. Rockhurst, a very deep team. This second, third unit that comes out here is dangerous as well, as Narciso, the guy with the ball right now, is headed to Trinity College in Connecticut to play college lacrosse.
Alma mater of Kevin Luby.
Yeah, Kevin Luby, attorney at law in Kansas City. And I don't know.
Kevin's got
his
this.
career points mark, is that time is running short with Luke McNamara on the team. As Comenda to Snow, nice save by Simon. The Rockhurst on the rebound. Narciso chases it down on the left side and just winding out the clock here on a 11th victory of the year, as they will stay undefeated and make it 3 straight over Pembroke Hill. Swept them last year, 2 one-goal wins. This time, a more dominating performance by the Hawklets. As there's the final horn, and Rockhurst gets their average, 19 goals on the year. McNamara, a dominating performance as Rockhurst wins it. The final score is 19-10. Hy-Vee postgame coming up next. Hawklets road win at Pembroke Hill on the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week. Fans filing out of the beautiful facilities here at Pembroke Hill. Disappointed if you're a Raiders fan, because Rockhurst, they gave up the first goal of the game and really never looked back. Their big star, Luke McNamara, had the double hattie, 6 goals. Jack Bickelmeyer had 5. And Rockhurst, well, we heard this is a very powerful team, and they showed it tonight on the road.
Oh, absolutely, Kevin. The skill that was exhibited here tonight by both squads, but really, especially by Rockhurst, was special to take in. They're loaded. They're clearly a top program in the country, top 10 in the Midwest. They are just downing teams everywhere they go. In Texas, they're traveling across the country and beating teams up. And that's because they have a ton of talent and they're coached well, right?
Final score, 19-10. Rockhurst wins it thanks to our school ADs, Mike Dirks of Rockhurst, Amanda Lahotak of Pembroke Hill. Thanks to our coaches, Coach Reedy and Coach Colbert. Also Andrew with the communications department at Pembroke Hill. For our producer, Joe Novacek, and Andrew Elmer and our entire crew, Kevin White saying so long from Bob Hicks Field at Pembroke Hill High School. Rockhurst winning on the road, 19-10.